On Sabbath, July 4, 2026, the United States celebrated its 250th birthday with unprecedented spectacular festivities and exhibitions. Across America on the United States semi-quincentennial, millions witnessed thousands of drone shows featuring patriotic scenes in U.S. history, joint military flyovers including hundreds of Allied and American military aircraft, an extravagant international maritime gathering on the East Coast featuring 60 vessels from 20 countries, and demonstrations at the Great American State Fair, which were just a few of the many impressive celebrations marking the 250th birthday of the United States. Prior to the big day, festivities and important events were already being held in honor of America's upcoming birthday. In 2025, the U.S. Army held a parade officially commemorating its 250th anniversary. On April 1, 2026, NASA's most powerful rocket, the Space Launch System, launched 4 astronauts on a space mission named Artemis II, a crewed flyby of the moon, which successfully concluded 9 days later. May 17 saw a prayer and praise gathering sponsored by the White House and other entities entitled Rededicate 250, and it was held on the National Mall. The Ultimate Fighting Championship held a mixed martial arts event at the White House lawn as part of America's celebrations on June 14 of the same year. In America's capital city, Washington, D.C., on July 4, hundreds of Americans gathered at the Great American State Fair despite overwhelming heat to listen to speeches, prayers, and performances by celebrities and U.S. military musicians. After a temporary evacuation, Americans came back to listen to President Donald Trump's keynote speech on America's birthday, politics, patriotism, and historical events, featuring American veteran soldiers and astronauts as well. The night concluded with the world's largest fireworks display and some more musical performances by U.S. military musicians. Regardless of political or religious backgrounds and divisions, these epic moments of America's 250th birthday helped to unite Americans in honoring patriotism, liberty, and equal justice, and to celebrate the principles that have characterized the United States as a great nation and superpower. On July 2, 1776, the Second Continental Congress voted in favor of the independence of the United Colonies of North America. On July 4, the Second Continental Congress declared that the United States was independent from Great Britain and unanimously adopted the Declaration of Independence, which famously contains the following iconic sentence: "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Ever since the American Revolutionary War, the American experiment has sought to prove and validate these principles before the watching nations of the earth: self-government, human equality, and liberty. America hasn't always been successful in exhibiting these values of freedom. For example, roughly 84 years after the United States declared that all men are created equal, a civil war broke out, testing the truthfulness of this statement. Nevertheless, America has served through the centuries as a refuge and shelter for millions who sought refuge in a republic that provided liberty to all. So, just how did a supposedly inexperienced group of rebels forge the world's most powerful and influential nation? What's the secret of American greatness, dominance, and strength? The answer might surprise you: the Christian doctrines of political and religious freedom. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution says, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof." These principles rooted in Scripture, established the Christian foundation of America, a nation which recognized God but simultaneously did not enforce the worship of God, allowing everyone of all persuasions to worship Him or not.
For 2.5 centuries, our American Republic has stood as the crowning achievement of human history. This country is the home of freedom. This is the land of liberty.
It's remarkable that the United States of America has endured and persevered in difficult times, from its founding era to the Industrial Revolution, and from the horrors of both world wars to the global wars against communism and terrorism, not to mention the financial, military, and technological advances it has accomplished during the past century alone. And what's even more stunning is that an ancient book called the Bible predicted with accuracy the rise of the world's mightiest state. Revelation 13, verse 11 describes the United States as a beast with two horns like a lamb, and rising from the earth, representing its Christian characteristics of civil and religious liberty and its steady rise to power from the sparsely populated regions of North America. However, the Apostle John wrote that America would not always defend freedom. It would speak like a dragon. In Bible prophecy, the dragon represents Satan. See Revelation 12, verse 9, who despises and opposes freedom of every kind. A nation speaks through their foreign policy or legislation. This verse foretells that in the days just before Jesus returns, the United States will pass laws by public demand that abandon and directly undermine its Christian foundation and the founding tenets that have made America so great: political and religious freedom. Already, major political figures in the Western world are calling for the union of church and state in order to combat anarchy, fight back against the growing rise of pro-communist and extremist Islamic forces and their allies in Western countries, and reverse the rampant immorality displayed in society. Regardless of this, Revelation 13 predicts that the United States will lead the world in enacting laws which directly clash with freedom, and more importantly, the laws of Christ. Utilizing the influence of counterfeit miracles performed by apostate Christian churches and non-Christian religions, the governments of the world will be convinced to follow America's footsteps by supporting and enforcing morality. But do not be deceived. These laws will help almost the whole world to accept the infamous Mark of the Beast and the Antichrist. To learn more about the Mark of the Beast and the Antichrist, check out the video in the description. Legislating morality is never a solution to the sinfulness of the human heart. Like socialism and fascism, it has never worked in history, and it's not God's will for the world. The only one who can truly transform human beings for the better is the divine Son of God, who gave his life to save us from eternal death. That's why dozens of Christian ministries, organizations, and churches across the United States have been distributing different versions of a powerful, life-changing book in cities across North America during the celebrations honoring America's 250th birthday throughout 2026, which is entitled The Great Controversy. This famous book begins with the fall of Jerusalem, the rise of Christian persecution in Europe, and the Dark Ages, the birth of the Protestant Reformation, the events that led to the founding and formation of America, and the future dramatic developments in the Battle of Armageddon that will ultimately lead to the second coming of Jesus Christ. To order your copy of this remarkable book, click the link in the description of this video. And to learn more about the United States in Bible prophecy, check out our video in the description as well. As Americans across the country and around the world celebrate 250 years of freedom and independence, let's not forget to celebrate the true freedom from sin that's only found in Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and donate. And check out our other videos as well. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next news broadcast.